Welcome, everybody, for the first time or back to MFSO Melt Faces Save Oceans. I'm Mike Vincent, your host. This is What is Greenwashing and Why Are the Lawsuits Claiming Greenwashing? Sometimes worse than the greenwashing itself. But first, let's pay a couple bills here. We're brought to you by Ocean7Music.com, the finest guitar picks and accessories on the planet, made from 100% ocean and ocean bound waste plastics and ocean plastic technologies, OPT. Go to opt.earth, learn how they are creating a circular economy for plastics that's going to save us all. So let's jump into this a little bit. Okay, a little factoid for all you guys. 1.5 billion So let's jump into this. First off, a little plastic factoid. By so let's jump. So let's jump into this a little bit. First off, according to scary statistics, there's 1 million plastic bottles per minute that are sold. Roughly 1 million. Almost 1.5 billion plastic bottles per day. And according to Lavit, 45% of the bottled water that's in all those is just purified or filtered tap water. Filter your tap water, put it into a metal container, quit using the single-use bottles. There's one of the things we can just reduce right there. Now, I'm not advocating getting rid of all plastics. Plastics is not the issue. The issue The issue is our irresponsible use of that plastic and then what we do with it after we're done with these single-use. Single-use plastics are ridiculous. There should be a circular economy, and the reason there isn't a circular economy is because of our irresponsible use of them and because we've been lazy for many, many years. The MRF system is broken. It doesn't work. It's not the future. It needs to be fixed. This is a logistics problem that has been created by our ability to pawn off our plastic and other trash on other countries. That's gone. Let's move forward. But that's not a point of this particular show. This particular show, we are talking about people trying to do the right thing, right? We're talking about living with intention and the companies that are trying to live with intention. Now, I'm not silly enough to think that everybody is got great intentions, that every company that claims that they're doing good is actually doing good. Okay, there's bad characters that are out there. But there are those out there that are trying to make things good that are actually making them worse. And I'm talking about those bringing lawsuits to companies that are trying to do things. Some of those companies, some of those companies and those initiatives need to be called out and need to be sued because they actually are lying and trying to profit off of saying that they're green, right? Or they're causing more harm than good by people believing that their products are green or their processes are green, and so they subscribe to those and are actually making things worse in the world. Okay, these are legitimate issues that need to be they need to be addressed. But there are those out there that are activists that are running around and they're pointing their fingers at things that don't need to be. Let's get into a couple of these things and let me show you what. Let me illustrate what I'm talking about. First of all, let's get into what I have to have somewhere to go. That's a blank screen. Let's get some back in here. Hold on, people. Oh, I didn't get that one. So let's get into it. What is greenwashing? So Elba Paraja Gallagher, newsletter on LinkedIn, Sustainability Navigator, writes this. There's examples of them, all right? Marketing and labeling and exaggerating environmental benefits. Incompleteness, focusing only on the good and not incorporating the trade-offs. For example, produce that is organic but was cultivated on deforested land in the Amazon. Making it hard to find the fine print that contains important clarifying notes, ambiguous claims, environmental projects that suggest the company is doing more than it is. Now, all of these things, I agree, are 100% greenwashing and need to be called out, okay? But there are other examples and things where they're trying to do the right thing, but people are going further than... So there you have... Every one of these points is rock solid. I'm not going to argue that point. She's smarter than I am. She's 100% dead on, and I'm not calling that into question whatsoever. That is 100% on. What I'm calling into question sometimes, are these lawsuits that come on. People and clash acts. What I'm calling into question are the lawsuits that occur. Now, some of them are great and they're needed. When you can prove these type of points when you can prove the points that Elba points out right here are examples of greenwashing, these are legitimate lawsuits, and they need to be stopped because there's obvious intention there. When we look at that intention, we need to decide, are we going to go forward with that greenwashing lawsuit or aren't we? Because here's the thing, even if you win the lawsuit, if you've been accused as a company of greenwashing and you win that lawsuit, you still had to defend it. These people, when you have, fuck me, all of these are excellent points. And I'm not going to argue that. Elba is dead on, obviously. She's way smarter than I am. I am not going to claim that I'm smarter than her in this. What I'm calling into question are the motivations and the unintended consequences of greenwashing lawsuits. When it is obvious to the public and or to an organization that a company is greenwashing, after further investigation, going forward with a lawsuit to stop that inappropriate activity is absolutely warranted and should be done because the good needs to shine through. We need to do things right, and we don't need to dupe consumers into thinking something is green when they're actually harming the environment. Okay? Now, here's the other side of that coin, the side that I want to expose today and talk about a little bit today and make this point is this. When we frivolously toss about lawsuits and greenwashing, we deter companies who could otherwise be doing really good things in improving our environment and moving technology forward for us to be able to improve our environment and to stop polluting our environment. They deter those. When we frivolously toss about greenwashing lawsuits, even when they're lost, this is not a victory for the company and for our planet and for any of us. Frivolous lawsuits and greenwashing deter companies from trying to do the right thing because they're scared that they're going to have to legally defend themselves until there's legislation that says if you don't try and do anything, then you're going to be taxed, which we don't want that or penalized either. What's the incentive to try and do good things when you've got people out there just itching to slap you with a lawsuit? Let's go through some of these. You make your own determination. You make your own determination. Burger King, the Whopper packaging is not sustainable. Burger King is being sued because the Whopper packaging is not sustainable. The packaging of the sustainable Whopper is not sustainable. Okay. Burt Bees Cosmetics, actually, they're being sued because the harmful chemicals that are used in their processing there actually hurts the situation. Now, maybe this one's legitimate as well. Walmart, rayon textile products as bamboo. The process to turn bamboo into rayon is toxic to the environment. Banana Boat sunscreen is reef friendly, they say, but it has chemicals that kills reefs. Burt's Bees Cosmetics, Burger King, Walmart, and Banana Boat on those sound legitimate to me, and they need to be out there. Burger King is claiming a sustainable Whopper, and the packaging is not sustainable in any way. So the more those sell, hey, I'm doing great. No, there's more packaging that is not sustainable and harming our environment. More waste going into the environment. Burt's Bees Cosmetics, hey, this stuff is great. It's all eco-friendly, except the process to make it kills the actual bees that they claim they're as part of their ingredients. Walmart rayon textiles products are bamboo. Okay, but the bamboo is sustainable, but the process of converting the bamboo into the rayon is actually very toxic to the environment. Not good. Banana Boat sunscreen, reef friendly, when it has chemicals in it that actually kill the reefs. These are legitimate lawsuits, and these people need to be stopped. They need to change their processes. They cannot claim these things and say, hey, we're green, and then they sell a ton of stuff and continue to kill the environment. These are processes and facts that are very easily identified as greenwashing. These people, my friend, are wrong, and they need to change. Now, here's some where I think maybe lawyers are just being lawyers and helping each other have more things to do. Dasani, Poland Springs, and others. The caps and labels are not generally recyclable. The bottle is recyclable. It's a recyclable bottle. The caps are actually recyclable. The reason they're not recycled is because our infrastructure doesn't accept them. Trust me, 07M, ocean7music.com. We make picks out of bottle caps. That's made out of bottle caps, my friend. It's recyclable. Wrong. Lawyers are wrong. Coca-Cola Company marketing itself as a sustainable and eco-friendly while it generates more plastic than any other company in the world. Okay? What do the two have to do with each other? Coca-Cola is trying to be green, and they're trying to bring about initiatives to sustain and create a circular economy of plastics, yet they produce most of the plastics in the world. Bravo. They should be trying to do that. Why do we want to sue them? Because they're the biggest producer of plastic packaging, and they're trying to be green. I don't see the connection. Wrong deal, my friends. These are just some of the things that I'm talking about. The bottom line is this. Misleading stakeholders about environmental initiatives and activities is greenwashing. Read the fine print on packaging and websites to uncover the full story, right? Here's the bottom line. There's greenwashing that's going on there, and it needs to be nailed. There's stuff that is ridiculous. We need to be responsible with our lawsuits about greenwashing, as responsible with those as we are with the plastics that we're using as consumers and as with companies. We've got to solve this. Plastic's not the issue. It's our irresponsible. Plastics are not the issue. It's our irresponsible nature that plastics are not the issue. It's our irresponsible use and disposal of them that is the problem. We need to create a circular plastic economy. Plastic's great. It's a huge blessing. There's many, many things that you have and many things that you enjoy that wouldn't be possible without plastics and the use of plastics. We need to figure out how to use them better. And it can be done. So how do we help these things? So here's something that can help. Data, certification, information can help these companies and help the situation with the greenwashing and proving that you're a green company, proving your green initiatives. This happens to be a plastics DNA for OPT, Ocean Plastic Technologies. They have a dashboard. They have the means to be able to measure all of their plastics that they recover, where they're recovered from, exactly what type of plastics it is, and all the jobs in that area and at those locations that are created through those efforts. This plastic DNA, this dashboard is available to all of their customers, all of those that have offtake agreements from their micro-recycling centers have the ability to have all of this data to help them in these issues of greenwashing, where they're accused of greenwashing. It's proof, it's certification. Do the right thing. ocean7music.com. Thanks for watching. Please support ocean7music.com. Go there, buy the finest guitar picks and accessories ever made on the planet. Support the Kickstarter that's there. Buy some epic merchandise. It also supports the mission there. Go to opt.earth and learn about what they're doing to create, or what we're go to opt.earth and learn about what we're doing to create a circular economy of plastics. It's the right thing to do. Also, check out the DNA. You can check out more reports from the DNA dashboard and see how your company can use these dashboards and this data to protect yourselves from greenwashing as you try and do the right thing. Live intentional, melt faces, save oceans.